because my money, and she's like, well, maybe your VA money is not gonna stop, but your medical will stop. And I have, and listen to this. What's going on, my sex YouTubers? Welcome back to RT365. My name is Shriek, and this is your channel, guys. And today I'm gonna talk about the difference between TDRL and being permanent retired, guys. And I'm gonna talk about this based on my own experience. I'm not a professional. I'm not legal counsel. None of that. But I want you guys to understand what could happen to you in the event that you fall off TDRL status. So to begin with, what is TDRL? TDRL applies to some individuals like myself who, upon leaving the military, retirement, MEDBOARD, they put you on a standing list called TDRL. I don't know what it stands for, but it's temporary disability something. It's right here. So TDRL, guys, is a list where, like in my case, you need to pay attention to the people that are going to be contacting you. Okay, because you don't. Once they put you on TDRL, once you leave the military and they tell you, you're going to be on TDRL, we're going to contact you guys in 2 years or 1 year, whatever the case may be, to see if your conditions, due to the MEDBOARD, due to your disabilities, they improve. Guys, and I got to tell you guys, based on my own experience, when I left the military in December 2018, nobody told me who was going to contact me. Nobody told me anything about, hey, you're going to have to travel, you're going to have to do this, you're going to have to do that. The only thing that I knew is that, I was receiving my money, my retirement, my VA, all my stuff, and my benefits, and everything was going on good. Coming up on December 2021, and I received a letter from a Pueblo telling me, hey, you need to fly to El Paso right away. This is gonna happen. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, I fly to El Paso. At no point nobody's telling me, if you don't do this within the next 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, you're gonna lose your benefits. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Nobody told me none of that. I just got a phone call and emails from this Pueblo in El Paso telling me, you need to come to El Paso, you need to see a doctor, we need to do these tests on you, yada yada, MRI, X-ray. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, this is gonna be no bueno. So a couple of days down the road, the supervisor comes and tells me, hey, did anybody explain to you what this actually means, that you fall off the TDRL list? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, please tell me. And the supervisor was like, well, you might lose some of your benefits. And I'm like, what kind of benefits? Like my medical? You mean? Because my money. And she's like, well, maybe your VA money is not gonna stop, but your medical will stop. And I have, and listen to this. I have a young adult daughter who's going to college, who relies on me for medical insurance. I have a wife with conditions who relies on me heavily on insurance. Guys, I mean, by the way, my wife takes a medication that is worth $6,000 every month. That thanks that I sent my contract, did my time, got my retirement, got my benefits, they cover that. Oh, thank you to the Lord. My benefit, they're now it's gonna stop. Now I have a wife without medication. I have a daughter that I'm telling her, hey, be careful, no, don't break a bone or nothing. There's no insurance until this thing gets activated. So I had to go to my company and activate an expense out of pocket, health insurance, just in case, because you never know. Guys, it's been terrible. It's been scary. It's been nerve-wracking. So when you are in TDRL, guys, you need to make sure that you get a good point of contact on your way out of the military. You tell them, hey, this is where I'm gonna go. I'd like to know which office to contact in the event that in X amount of time, nobody contact me. When they put you in TDRL, tell them, hey, I need to know by when I need to have this completed. It's 2 years after the fact. Oh no, it's 36 months. Yeah, 36 months. 19, 20, 21. I fell off the TDRL list within 36 months. Was December 7 of 2021, which was 36 months after my last day in the military. If I knew better, guys, I'd be telling you, man, I did it better, I did this. But hey, I also make mistakes, and I learn from my experiences, and I'm sharing it with you so you guys learn. You need to if you're approaching 36, if you are on TDRL and you're approaching over 24 months, okay, you need to start contacting people like who I need to see for my TDRL. You need to contact your old Pueblo. You need to contact your closest installation, Pueblo, MEDBOARD people. You need to do whatever you gotta do. Get in contact with someone. My best recommendation is contact your previous Pueblo from your last duty station and tell them, hey, what's going on? Because I'm telling you, it's nerve-wracking, guys. It's nerve-wracking losing your benefits over nothing. Because your Milk Connect will show, you know, that your Milk Connect where you get your ID cards and your DEERs is gonna show nothing. Like it's gonna show all services were suspended on this day, and you're like, what the fuck? So all I'm saying to you guys is pay attention to your shit, okay? Don't do like me, okay? And take my own advice, 2022. Make sure that you take care of your TDRL status. Anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel or if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. Take care of one another. Bye.
Required to review the safety information card, outline selection criteria that must be met in specific countries. You must be willing and able to
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to RT365. My name is Freak and this is your channel. Look at where we are, guys. 18511 Alpha. This is amazing. Guys, I gotta tell you, this place is huge and it's beautiful. Beautiful. So this right here, down on the bottom, is the restaurant. It's amazing. They got chairs, tables. Over there is where you can get your food. It's amazing. It is amazing. One of the things that you have to do once you come here is you gotta get your COVID status, I've seen, sanitize your hands, sanitize, and then you can go in. Look at the commander's wall. Look at that. Oh, look at my team right here. There we go. The one problem I see is that they don't have an NCO of the year, Soldier of the Year, NCO of the quarter, also all the other quarter. Come on, guys. We're lagging. And we put the trash cans right there. right next to their pictures. Hey, gotta do what you gotta do. So this is the East Clinic. We're gonna get into the elevator. 3rd floor. Let's go, ortho. Okay, orthopedics. 3rd floor, guys. The elevators. And we're gonna go to the 3rd floor, okay? Let's go. 3rd floor right here. Guys, this place is packed with people. There's so many people seeking treatment, and that's beautiful. That's a great thing. So I gotta start the video here because there's gonna be a lot of patients, but I'll get back to you in a minute. What's going on, my sexy YouTubers? Welcome back to RT365. My name is Freak and this is your channel, guys. And today I'm here in Fort Bliss, guys. Fort Bliss, Texas. The High Tower, I believe. This is the main hospital here. And I gotta tell you guys, this place is just I mean, it's a piece of art, like 100%. The reason why I'm here is because of my TDRL status. As you guys know from previous videos, I lost my TDRL status because my Pueblo did not send me to an appointment on time. We were waiting on other options, but anyway, not a biggie. We'll get this. We'll get this together. We're gonna get back, on status. Looks like I will be permanent from this point on. If you have any questions about this, if you're coming on 36 months on being on your TDRL process, you need to contact somebody. I'm gonna put it in the link description below. In the description below, I'm gonna put a couple links with some information about you guys, who you need to call, when you need to call, how you need to call, because you need to do those things. The one thing that I will tell you right now, guys, that you have to do is get very smart. Get very smart when it comes to your benefits. Get very smart when it comes to your disabilities, and get very smart when it comes to your point of contacts. The MEDBOARD program, guys, has so much information about these kind of things. The links I provided on the description of the video has so much information. Don't wait too long. If you're in TDRL, hopefully you're watching this video. Hopefully you learn from my mistakes. Okay, you see, I'm not perfect, but anyway, let's get out of here. A couple of things that you need to know about this building is that you need to have an ID card to get in here. Hopefully, or you need to get a pass. All right. Second thing, once you go through the doors, there's security. So I am so happy, based on previous events that happened here, they've been able to bring security, and it's armed to the teeth security. Beautiful, amazing, love it. The facilities are just beautiful. Just let me show you guys. Look at these benches right here on the bottom. Just by looking at the outside of this place, you can see that they're taking good care of your hard-earned and then pay tax money. So, I mean, they're putting your money to good use in here. There's a ton of parking, so when you come here, you'll be able to, park nearby. I will say maybe a 2, maybe 3-minute walk, no more than 3-minute walk. Even though if you park all the way down in the bottom, I don't think it will be a 3-minute walk. And there's ramps for accessibility for all you guys that have wheelchairs, whatever the case might be. All right. So, if you have to come here and travel, I will tell you something. The El Paso airport is no bueno. It's not the greatest. On their car services, there's not too much where to pick from. So what I'm saying to you guys is plan ahead, budget this, make sure that if you're traveling on 1610 TDY orders, you get an advance. There's one hotel that I would recommend, which is the Holiday Inn. Matter of fact, let me show you from this morning. Here in Fort Bliss, guys, I'm coming back here for another review, another revision of the TDRL process. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but I have to do it, guys. Hopefully I'm still in frame. So let me show you around. Fort Bliss. Everything that you can see here is Fort Bliss. All the way over there to the mountains, all the way over there, and all the way to the other side. So this is the Holiday Inn where I stayed last night. Now I need to go to the main hospital to see my I need to see ortho and see what happened. Okay, now that you saw the hotel, that's me being excited at the hotel. Last thing I'm gonna tell you guys is I really hope that you can get your TDRL status, switch to permanent, hopefully. But I definitely look for all you guys to receive the proper care that you deserve, guys. The proper care that you earn, the proper care that must be given to you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. Bye.
not mistaken.
What's going on, my six YouTubers? Welcome back to RT365. My name is Freak, and this is your channel, guys. And today, I have with me. What's going on, my six YouTubers? Welcome back to RT365. My name is Freak, and this is your channel, guys. And today, I have with me Steven from Bulgaria. How are you doing today, Steven?
I'm doing all right out here. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So we are going to be talking about HR 1282. HR stands for what? House resolution. Is that correct?
Yes,
Uh,
that
I-
is correct.
and I have Steven with me. He's the subject matter expert when it comes to this resolution here that we are trying to get through the House, hopefully to become law pretty soon. But Steven, I invited you today so we can talk about this resolution. I think it's very important that people understand, the background of this, what this resolution it stands for. Maybe a little bit of background on Major Richard Starr, which I believe he is no longer with us.
That's correct.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Major Richard Starr passed February 13th of last year.
Well, that's very sad. I'm gonna be putting some links in the description below of this video. If you are right now watching this video live, I encourage you to call us if you have any questions. I will be holding the questions towards the end. The phone number is 520-261-7246. So from now on, Steven, please, for the people that don't know, what are we trying to accomplish? I mean, the floor is yours, man. I mean, tell us everything that we need to know, and also, I'd like for you to share the information that you have when it comes to the Facebook page that you guys are pushing. So, floor is yours, man.
All right, great. Thank you for that introduction, Ricardo. For all the listeners out there following right now, I just want to start with hello. Thank you for joining. Glad to have you here, and I'll be glad to answer any questions towards the end of this or when Ricardo has the Q&A section of the podcast here. So a little bit more about what HR or House Resolution 1282 is here in the 117th Congress or the current Congress. All right. Simplified way of looking at Congress, it includes the Senate and your congressional leaders. Roughly 535 lawmakers if all positions are filled. And coming up here in this year in 2022, this is what's known as a midterm year, which is also one of those areas that can be kind of a pressure point sometimes for lawmakers when they're going for re-election. But politics aside, talking more about HR 1282 in the current Congress, when you have a bill, sometimes you have what's called a companion bill as well. So HR 1282 in the House, its companion bill is Senate Bill 344. Both are commonly referred to as the Major Richard Starr Act. Just to give you some data for everybody to understand, currently right now, as of today, there are 177 co-sponsors of HR 1282, and there are 55 co-sponsors of Senate Bill 344. If you're unfamiliar with how bills work, moving from committee through votes to the floor, things like that, basically a vote will be brought up and then it'll be sent to the appropriate committee or committees, and then maybe even down to the subcommittee level. So as an example, anybody who's watching this, you can also check out congress.gov. This is an excellent resource to stay up to date on progress of any bills realistically. So for HR 1282, currently where the bill's sitting, it's sitting, I believe, in the Subcommittee on Disability Assistance and Memorial Affairs. And it's been passed through the, there's currently with House Armed Services and House Veterans Affairs. So when we're talking about the policymakers that can bring these bills out of the committees, I'll give you a few names. So for the subcommittee on Disability Assistance and Memorial Affairs, the ranking member right now is Representative Troy Nails. Not actually familiar how to pronounce his name. Now each committee will have its chair. So typically the lawmaker who decides what gets voted on and what will go to the floor after it makes it out of committee. So for the House side, on the Armed Services Committee, Representative Adam Smith out of Washington, he's the chair. And for the House Veterans Affairs Committee, we have Representative Mark Takano out of California. He's the chair. And for the companion bill, it's very similar in the Senate. So where it's sitting now with the Committee on Armed Services, and you can break that down to the Senate Veterans Affairs Committee and the Senate Armed Services Committee. They have some oversight on this right now as well. So for the Senate Veterans Committee, the main sponsor in the Senate who brought up Senator John Tester out of Montana, he's the chair there. And for the Senate Armed Services Committee, that's going to be Senator Jack Reed, I believe out of Rhode Island, if I'm not mistaken. So that's just kind of the technical aspects of the bill. To kind of humanize it a little bit more, if you're unfamiliar with who Major Richard Starr is, he unfortunately passed away last year due to cancer. And he's been a huge advocate, not only in the beginning of this Congress, but the previous Congress, where there was also a little bit of push for the Major Richard Starr Act, as we call it. For those who might be wondering, well, what does the Major Richard Starr Act do? Who would it affect? I can give you a little bit of the information on that. So the bill, it's about 4 pages long, which is considerably short for any bill in the House or Senate, but it's also pretty straightforward. So what it wants to do, the bill would expand what's called concurrent receipt so that the affected veterans would be able to receive both their VA Veterans Affairs disability compensation and their retired pay or combat related special compensation. In terms of the numbers of veterans that it affects, the approximation right now, it's a little bit over 42,000 plus veterans who would be positively affected by this. If you're a data nerd a little bit, every year the Department of Defense Office of the Actuary, they put out a military retirement system report, I believe it's called, and they break it down by state, how many veterans who are disabled retired, concurrent receipt, regular retired. So the information is there, and it's one of the things that's actually very helpful for lawmakers and necessary when they are thinking about sponsoring or not sponsoring any bill. So more specifically for the veterans who would be affected by this bill, the bill focuses on Chapter 61, so medical retired veterans, all right? Chapter 61 veterans with less than 20 years of active military service who are eligible for combat-related special compensation or who have a combat-related disability, okay? So Out of all the Chapter 61 veterans, which, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that that might total over 450,000 throughout the different generations. What this bill would do is it'll help a portion of those as it kind of sets the stage to build momentum for future bills to be introduced that will hopefully also help out the remainder of Chapter 61 bills. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's kind of the low down skinny there, Ricardo, of the bill. It's very straightforward. As far as Facebook pages that listeners can go check out, I'm adminning one, which is called the Major Richard Starr Act. You just type that in the search bar, you can find it. And there's also another group that's been helping us out as well. One of the other ones is called the Major Richard Starr Advocate Group. Basically, a lot of veterans have been able to come together on this bipartisan bill, and they're helping push contacts, open these dialogues with lawmakers who you'd be amazed sometimes that there are actually quite a few bills that come through desks every year, and sometimes things just fall in the cracks. So I know that a lot of veterans might be rightly frustrated that, hey, why hasn't this passed yet? Why isn't somebody sponsoring this? Sometimes it's just a matter of it fell through the cracks, and it's not anybody's fault there. So one of the goals that we're trying to use with the Facebook group with Major Richard Starr Act, what we're trying to do is we're trying to help build that dialogue through concise, honest communication between lawmakers and constituents. Yes.
You know, that's pretty good that you bring all these how can I say, all these points, but the how these translate when it comes to the taxpayer, because the way I'm seeing is and I'm not talking about who's going to pay for the bill, because if we go to war as a nation, we don't just incur in the bill of going to war. You got to be prepared for everything else that comes behind. But what I'm talking about is as a voters. I only see that 73 Republicans are sponsoring or co-sponsoring this bill. 104 Democrats. Why is it? That's a huge difference. Is just because we haven't contact enough Republicans, or is because we? I mean, what else can we do, or what can we do better to get this number to 300?
Oh, definitely. That's an excellent question. So a lot of times people ask, just like you have, Ricardo, why hasn't my lawmaker sponsored this? Is it a matter of Republican, Democrat, Independent? What I would tell you is one of the best ways to continue the conversation and to actually improve the chances of your own lawmaker in your state, so your national lawmakers from your state to join as co-sponsors. It's through phone calls and email communication. That's a very direct way. So far, in December, for example, of last year, I spent a couple weeks actually going through almost all 535 lawmakers